The VTuber scene right now, at least here in the English side of things, is still quite small and new compared to a lot of industries. It's very interconnected. A scene where everyone seems to know each other. It's far beyond the small village that it used to be, and now akin to a massive, sprawling city, but a lot of people still know each other here, and it's only a matter of time until newcomers eventually do. Back then, whenever there was something, even the smallest tinge of drama, everybody knew about it. But now, drama is often segregated to their respective communities, with the mainstream not even knowing about them unless it gets massive, or until news and drama channels talk about it. So to the perspective of tourists and casuals, it may be their only exposure to the happenings of the industry. They may come upon tons of drama, shady VTuber companies out to manipulate and groom women into becoming their CEO's personal harem, many indie VTubers stabbing each other on the back for a crumb of clout, audiences canceling their Oshis for the slightest chances that they are in a relationship. It's undeniable that this industry is full of problems just as much as it's full of opportunity. But there are beacons of positivity here. People who are universally loved, people who have shun away from drama or has gracefully handled them. People who can only guarantee you a good and fun time. In fact, those people are in every subculture and communities. People that nobody kinda hates for any good reason, and if they do, those reasons are subjective and based on personal tastes than anything. There are many VTubers like this, but we're going to be looking at 3 VTubers that are so universally loved that if virtually anything happens to them, the community at large gathers to defend them. We're going to be looking at their achievements, their behaviors, and their reputation to find out how to be unhateable. A jack of all trades. This is a role and trope in the VTubing scene that doesn't really do all that well compared to VTubers that serve a niche or caters to a specific demographic or specializes in a particular skill. One isn't an expert at one subject or field, but they're competent at most, if not all of them. But there is one jack of all trade among many that not many people have praised enough, in my opinion, despite Twitter's frequent love bombings for her. This is a VTuber that everybody loves universally, a certain dragon who made a massive impact to everyone around her. Friend to all, enemy of none, a beacon in her own right, looked over by many casual passers-by, and I think it's long overdue that someone made a video about her. And that dragon is Selen Tatsuki. Selen is cracked at gaming, at organizing, at conversationalizing. Don't know if that's a word. But if there is one thing that Selen should be praised for the most, it's the fact that she is a unifying figure in the scene that brings people together. Not just in Nijisanji EN, but of any agency, community, location, and demographic. Someone who you hear nothing really bad about and can generally be trusted. Someone so charismatic, passionate, and dedicated. Someone who not just loves and supports her community, but also involves them in all manners she possibly can. Who seems to give back more than she takes, never wanting to settle at the top, instead wishing to elevate those around her, promoting what she can, whenever she can, however she can. Many big content creators, they talk about the grind, they talk about the money, the clout, and all manners materialistic. And of course, I'm not really judging people for that. I think at the end of the day, you do what you have to survive as long as you don't hurt other people. Live comfortably, that's up to par with your standards. But it seems like Selen has one thing in mind all the time throughout her content creation journey. Fun. Spending a shit ton of money to bring her community together for a little project and have fun. Going through the hassle of reaching out to so many people, different companies and cultures to organize a tournament, a huge collab, a huge event, just to have fun. She works so hard, oftentimes taking in all the pains and burdens of any type just so at the end of the day, she and everyone around her can have fun. Like, brother, a lot of the big Niji EN events you've seen, Selen organized it, or most likely at least helped. A great pillar of Niji EN. A backbone, and in many cases is even a representative of the branch, making it so that even if you aren't familiar with all or most of the current and future members of Nijisanji, you damn well know who Selen is and the things she's done for the branch and the community. Beyond Nijisanji, beyond her community, people love Selen. Hololive fans, V-Shoujo fans, indie, small corpos, hell, even Japanese fans, as she is a regular of a lot of events that involve them. Because she goes even further beyond what normally anyone would do just to make people smile. She's just someone who cares so much, pouring her heart and soul into every single project and event she organizes, in everything that she does. Which is why it hurts her the most when, in some unfortunate circumstances behind the scenes, her effort doesn't bear fruit, when her hard work feels downplayed. We may not truly know what happens behind the scenes, but that's why it's up to the fans and the community to tell her that she deserves all the love and the support and the recognition. The awards. She deserves all of it and more. And thankfully, Dragoons know their assignment. Selen needs it drilled into her head that she deserves every single good thing that she has and every single good thing that can and will happen in her career. Although they are relatively new in the greater consciousness of the VTubing scene, they've been around the block for some time. But Fuwamoco came in guns blazing into the greater VTuber scene, showcasing great promise, dedication, and a star-burning passion rarely seen in this industry. They are a return to form in the traditional appeal of VTubing, a gift to those who prefer to consume VTubers in this way, to be always on character when the cameras are on, to keep up the kayfabe. Though, in itself, that's not exactly special because there are still VTubers that keep up kayfabe, just that many of them are undiscovered, but Fuwamoco has the charisma, the concept, the energy, and the company to make it special. You may have seen the comparison before, but they are essentially the adult version of Teletubbies, with twins, tummy, and tits. They have so much synergy, and while the concept of twin VTubers aren't necessarily new, they are refreshing in the greater and mainstream VTuber community. A channel that gives you double the cuteness for just one deal. I don't know if they are quite addicted to making content, but they're on that grind set, man. But not for materialistic reasons, but more so because they just like to create and have fun. They like it when other people have fun. Their schedules are always packed, and they always stick to it, ensuring that any ruffian with a job or goes to school can always set their own schedules too. Hell, sometimes the most dedicated ruffians can't even catch up to them. This isn't easy. Sticking to a schedule without any hurdle takes a lot of energy and effort behind the scenes. To Fuwamoco, passion is their advantage compared to many, a seemingly infinite fuel to supply their hard work, and that makes it so that ruffians will keep their smile protected for the foreseeable future. This passion doesn't just manifest itself into their synergy and content, but also into their community. Fuwamoco has this very supportive and open environment, where it's free for everyone. You won't feel like you're unwelcome because you're a casual or a tourist, you just bow bow. I think it's interesting. One mention of Fuwamoco to anybody and everyone, and ruffians immediately out themselves by spamming bow bow, and that kind of passion for their Oshi is what everybody wants. I mean, not every VTuber fanbase has their own catchphrase they can spam whenever their Oshis get mentioned, but bow bow is this golden phrase for positivity and love that you just immediately know you're about to get something good. Fuwamoco involves their community the same way Coco encouraged fan interaction and engagement by having them submit memes on the subreddit for her weekly meme reviews. Fuwamoco mornings have segments of community submissions, whether that be the viewers' own dogs, cute fan art, and questions they have for the twins or random memes. The twins are always watching, and they'll always include their community, commenting on the most random places whenever they can. Figuratively, Fuwamoco and Ruffians are a community of puppies, there to show you a good time, a good community to consider your home if you want a break from the world. Pure escapism, zero space for drama or real-world affairs, unless it's a teensy little misunderstanding, just a little juice to recover before you start a next grueling day at work or a particularly stressful and hectic week at school. A great and safe choice for traditional, old, new, and casual VTuber fans alike. There's a reason why, when she got cancelled, Pikamee's fanbase in the greater VTuber community went into defensive mode. And that's for the simple fact that everybody loves Pikamee. Those who has only heard of Pikamee has only heard good things, and those familiar with her via collabs or clips has only positive opinions. She was a beacon of indie VTubing, one of those VTubers that just started small and went all the way to the top because she's just that nice of a person. Someone so friendly and uplifting to be around, allowing her to create genuine friendships and relationships with a lot of people all over the industry. From big indies to small indies, big corpos to small corpos, she is appreciated and loved everywhere. A blob of sunshine and rainbows who has experienced a lot of negativity in her life, that she'd rather not subject anyone to a single shred of something even remotely similar to others. In this way, Pikamee's streams is also just pure fun and entertainment. Something to take away from your real-world problems for a bit until you eventually get back out there to work or go to school. What makes this shine the most is that Pikamee herself can make for one hell for impromptu jokes and scenes, And despite her growing with social anxiety, she's grown to be very charismatic, having the internet be the outlet of her creativity, even though she initially thought that the internet was going to be a cesspit. And it is in multiple ways, and she's been the victim of that. However, fortunately for her, the chat reflects the streamer. And if the chat is one of the most respectful, kind-hearted, and gentle fan bases the industry has to see, then does that not say enough about the streamer themselves? Of course, every single one of my comparisons and praises and whatever adjectives I said in this segment also reflects to her V-shoujo persona. I'm just using Pikamee because the greater community remembers her more so than Henya, which isn't necessarily a bad thing on my or the community's part. It all just has to do with the amount of time she spent in her career as Pikamee, and the long-lasting impact she has on indie VTubing. Because she was a cornerstone, someone you could genuinely rely on for a genuine friendship as a VTuber and a good time as a VTuber fan. You look at these three examples, among many. You listen to me explain why they were so universally loved, and you might have probably picked up a few patterns and factors as to why they were so loved. Sincerity. Selen, Pikamee, and Fuwamoco are genuine people, both to their fanbase and to the people around them. Their genuine enthusiasm with other people leads to wholesome and funny moments, synchronized yet chaotic. The banter they have with other people is captivating. Entertainment and escapism. These three are all about fun and smiles. They don't involve sad, real affairs into their content unless it's for gags, nor do they address issues because they know what people come to them for. VTuber fans, the majority of them at least, they're here for fun times and cute anime girls or hot anime men doing cute anime things. And these three girls, they focus on the one thing their job as VTubers entail: to entertain. Community. In this goal to create fun content and to entertain, they involve their community, often bringing them up for projects, often giving them platforms to showcase their work, often making their fan base know that their support, whether it be financially or just views or just words, aren't unappreciated. That they mean something both to them, to any agency they belong to, their peers, and even to you, the audience. Creativity. Fuwamoco's content variety speaks enough to their creativity. Selen throws up all kinds of projects and collaborations and creative events for everyone to have fun. Pikamee's creative setups for her lollygagging and hijinks leads to funny moments. Hard work and passion. These VTubers are in the grind set. They put in that work, brother, going even further beyond than what many VTubers normally do. But again, not for money or clout, not for rank or recognition, nor awards or achievements. No, just fun times. They're all very passionate people, always going on to make all sorts of good memories for them and the viewers, never seeming to burn out. In fact, addicted to making content, it feels like. There are very few content creators who are in it just because they like to create cool stuff and make content people can enjoy, even in the VTubing scene. It's important to note that there are other VTubers that have the same clean reputation. There are others where the VTuber community at large doesn't really have a good reason to hate on or have the same positive universal opinion. There's VTubers like Iron Mouse, Ina, Pomu, among many others. But there is a difference between VTubers that are universally loved and VTubers that nobody hates. The answers I've given you so far are pretty generic, but they branch out into subsets and paths so profound that when you think about it, not every VTuber can follow. A lot of VTubers, they have multiple traits that I just mentioned, but so few have all of them. And even fewer are those that go beyond all these traits and push it to its limit. It's hard to look at the VTuber scene and not recognize the massive faults and the big social political system, where everybody has to walk on eggshells, everyone should know their place, everyone should have an opinion, and it should be the right one, lest they be disliked by certain groups of people in their community or within their own professional circles. It takes a special kind of VTuber to be able to say what they think regardless of these issues or to avoid these issues regardless. A special kind of person to navigate this delicate system yet still make a positive impact. A special kind of VTuber to show restraint, to show respect and professionalism towards everyone regardless, to show passion despite your circumstances. Many such VTubers, let me tell you what. And while I cannot celebrate all of the VTubers that manage to show these traits, I hope everyone can see these special VTubers and let them feel recognized. Because verily, we need more people like them in the greater VTubing scene. We need more people like Selen, like Pikamee, like Fuwamoco.